Sun, supplements, or both? Let's talk about vitamin D. Welcome back to our channel. We are Love Natural Living, and I started this channel in hopes to help you love natural living. These days, there's a lot of information out there, and some of it's great and some of it's not so great. A lot of it also is fear-based, and that's what we want to show you, is that natural living is not scary. It's very easy, and I promise you it is amazing. So let's get to it. Question number 1. What actually is vitamin D?
Vitamin D is often misnamed as a vitamin, but when you look at its different effects in the body, it's actually a hormone, what they would call a steroid hormone. So, meaning cholesterol serves as the backbone for it. Not unlike your other hormones like testosterone and estrogen, and so it's probably mislabeled as a vitamin, and it being a hormone means it has deeper, more meaningful impact into cell receptors in different areas of your body.
So vitamin D is not a vitamin? That's mind-blowing.
Vitamin D is not a vitamin.
I just learned something new today. All right, let's move on to question number 2. So why is vitamin D such a big deal right now? Like, why is everyone talking about it, focusing on it? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, it is important. I don't know if the vitamin D industry is funding exposure or something. I'm not sure why it's getting more popular, but it is important, and has been forever, I guess. But like most things, we're learning more about it, studying it deeper, and there's definitely different opinions on vitamin D out there. So what it is, how to get it, good or bad, and probably because it's slightly controversial, you maybe hear a little bit more about it one way or the other.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out more. What are the biggest myths or misconceptions you see around vitamin D?
Well, I think just looking at the range, there's controversy about the range of vitamin D. Are you low? Are you not? Is it adequate for you, this level, that level? Technically, when we're measuring vitamin D in the blood, we're measuring an inactive part of vitamin D, so it's not even the active form. So there's some thought, hey, maybe we need to be measuring the active form, but there's more of the storage form available to measure, so it's thought to be a better all-around measure. So, it's it's another thing where the reference range through the years has changed. They, at one point said normal was a higher range than it is now, and so the reference ranges for things change through the years, and that creates a little confusion as to what is a good level or not. And then there's just a big difference between taking it by mouth as a capsule versus getting it how nature intended us to get it. It is available in certain foods that are exposed to light, and then of course how nature intended through the impact of sunlight on the skin.
Okay, that's my next question. Can you really get enough from the sun, or do most people need supplements?
Well, I think that it's kind of a frame of mind question, meaning most of us do not plan our day, don't don't think about our circadian rhythm and how that impacts our health and what we do on a day-to-day basis. And that moves us a little bit away from the sunlight and getting enough light to make vitamin D. If we were more intentional about our light exposure, could we, even at higher latitudes, make enough vitamin D? I think it is possible. It's certainly easier to make it if you're in a sunnier climate. But I've heard even in Florida and Arizona that a lot of people are vitamin D deficient there too. So it kind of brings up the question of, are we appreciating the importance of getting enough light at different times of the day or not? And are we wearing too much layers of clothes, too much sunscreen to get enough vitamin D? So it's probably a little of both. Some may need to take some, and there's all sorts of nuances to it, but I'm definitely of the opinion if you can build it up through light, you're way better off than taking it by mouth.
Okay, this is mind-blowing. For some reason, I'm just now like putting this together. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to stimulate your circadian rhythm. That stimulates your vitamin D hormone to produce vitamin D. Is that correct?
So your circadian rhythm controls everything in your life for hormone production. So yes, if you have a strong circadian rhythm, your D production will likely be better.
Really quick, where are we? I've never seen this town. Is this Cheney?
This is Cheney. I'm looking for some lake called Rock Lake, but I don't know how to get there.
How cute. Okay, really quick, back to circadian rhythm. Okay, so there has been, I'm sure a lot of people can agree with this, but you know, a lot of talk on we need sunscreen from the minute we wake up before we step out the door. We need to focus on our skincare. Everything needs SPF in it. Our makeup, you know, SPF and everything. We need to be wearing hats and sunglasses and protecting from the sun, or else we're going to get sunburns. So what would you tell patients when they come in with low vitamin D levels? Would you ask them, you know, what do you do? Like, how do you get in the sun? Do you focus on that? Are you covering up? Like, do you ask like simple questions like that?
I definitely try to ask everybody about, how much time they get outside and how much light exposure they get. I don't probably talk enough about it, and there's never enough time to cover everything. You could have a whole series on light and getting and how to get light in healthy ways where it's not too much. You don't want to burn. You don't want to excessively photo age the skin, because it is possible for that to happen. So there's, I think, a right way to do it and a wrong way.
What are the best times to get light for those that don't know?
So probably if you're just starting out, you maybe don't want to get direct midday sun, which is when you get your vitamin D. You want to start by getting earlier morning and evening sunlight, which kind of tells our body to build what we call the solar callus and protect our skin for those later higher sun exposures. And so slower is better.
So basically, as it starts warming up, when the sun is coming out more and more, I mean, I guess you should be outside all year long, but really focusing on those early hours, evening hours, and then working up to time in the sun. And so when we need to protect our skin, that's just when we're spending a lot of hours in hot, direct sun. That is helpful. Okay, what are signs that someone is low or might be low in vitamin D? Are there visible signs?
unfortunately, it affects just about every system in the body. So depression and mood issues are definitely vitamin D related. Bone density issues are vitamin D related. Hormone and testosterone issues. So it kind of is everything. So it's a little difficult to narrow it down.
So blood work usually would be, I mean, maybe if you have like fatigue and you're not feeling the best, once you get your blood work done, then you'll know, right?
Another thing blood work can help with.
Gotcha. Is there a right way to take vitamin D if you are supplementing, and is there a wrong way?
So I do think the vitamin K2 addition is important. That wasn't always done, and probably it was only 5 years ago. Or
Oh my gosh, did that not record? Okay, so what does optimal vitamin D levels look like?
I think it's on a case by case basis, very individualized. In the blood, we like it to be at least 30, and most likely 50 is a better level. If you have real serious health issues, you need to take your vitamin D a little more serious. That 75 range might be a little more therapeutic. And there's certainly unique situations where real high levels may be needed. There's a protocol called the Coimbra protocol, a Brazilian doctor who uses hundreds of thousands of units of D, 200, 400,000 a day to treat multiple sclerosis, MS, certain cancers, and serious autoimmune diseases. That really needs to be under doctor's supervision and monitor parathyroid hormone and calcium to be sure it's safe. But so there's unique cases, but
That is so interesting. Those level, like that is such a high level of vitamin D.
yeah.
Okay, this question might be a little controversial, but we have been taught for years and years to wear sunglasses, SPF, the sun, all sorts of sun protection hats, etc. Do you think that we overdo it?
Well, there's a few studies recently to show, yes, you're more likely to get a sunburn if you wear sunglasses. And so it turns out the eyes, because of the connection to the brain, is part of that regulatory system that tells our skin, tells our eyes to increase its solar callus, or the defense from intense sunlight. So you're more likely to get a sunburn and produce less vitamin D when you wear your sunglasses. So wear them for the photos and then take them off.
That is so wild. I do remember when we first met, you would tell me how toxic my sunglasses were all the time. He would just kind of like mutter like, you need to take those off, they're toxic. And I always thought he was joking, but then I started wearing them less, and I eventually stopped wearing them completely. And I will say that in the beginning, my eyes were extremely sensitive, and now they're definitely not. I can, the only times I'll wear them is if I'm driving and I'm visibly blinded by the snow or the rain. But other than that, I don't wear them at all. And yeah, there's something to that, right? Like if you wear them all the time, your eyes are going to be really sensitive to light.
Yeah, and it's maybe even connected to dry eyes and various things, and not allowing the eye to remodel itself at the same level. So I think people wearing their sunglasses, especially early in the morning and evening, and those are definitely not times to wear them.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining us on this quick discussion on vitamin D. I'm sure this will not be the last time we discuss it. There's so much to discuss, so much information, so much more I want to ask. But we are currently in a car nap, so we need to focus on the road and get back to our Sunday. If you like this video and you like any of our other videos, just make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the sunny days ahead, sunglass free, SPF free, and really build up that solar callus. We will see you next week.